And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? Like, how y'all do this? Like, and like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. Like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals.
All right, so earlier in the week, we talked about Castanet inviting over Ray J for their Mafiathon 3 live stream with a bunch of other streamers, and in the process, Deshae Frost ended up getting turned out, allegedly, by Ray J. Obviously, this is part of the process of getting bigger and Hollywood and just making a name for yourself, period, within the entertainment industry, and streamers are the new rappers. Today, we're talking about an actual rapper and Lil Tony who got big on TikTok and how he was recruited by some members of the Illuminati and tried to be coerced and recruited to join them and get down with the get down. And they took him up to the top of a mountain where he had no cell phone service, straight isolation, similar to the movie Him, where Marlon Wayans told Cam K that he had to give him his phone and basically just disconnect from everybody. So he's purely isolated and he's just there in that moment. In this situation, they want to do that to where it's easier to mentally manipulate you and persuade you and kind of back you into a corner without any support. But before we get to that, there's a video I noticed where they said there's a thing called a demon face syndrome. This sounds like the most made up shit I have ever heard in my life. But clearly, there's a damage control purpose behind this in the sense that people have been seeing demons or weird shape shifting creatures for years. The fact that it's making it more mainstream, they got to downplay it somehow and make other people seem crazy. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see demonic features everywhere on people only, just like this, what you see behind me.
Why you got to say on people only? First off, they just had to be very specific about that.
Well, it's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome.
It's just now known. It just came out the blue all of a sudden. Demon face syndrome. That sounds like, yo, people catching on to our shit. You know what? Let's make up some shit. Demon face syndrome. That's it. Yeah, y'all really couldn't think of a better name, something more creative, something more psychologically inclined, something more medically sound. But demon face syndrome. Okay.
People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. For Shara, that means grotesque, grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars. Also, pointed ears.
Who the fuck do they think we are?
Instagram, please. Nigga, what the hell? Well, we locked in.
Now, right here, this is what I was talking about with Lil Tony being up on the mountain, and he was up there with some Asians, obviously, and they were showing him on his phone like the demonic rituals and things they were doing.
That shit can't be real. That's real, bro. That nigga serious?
And they just laughing about it too.
That's how we move over here.
Talking about that's just how we move.
Y'all niggas see, hey, listen. Every time I pop out LA, I'm gonna be with my bro, right? And I'm gonna pop out with that geek shit, that dog shit on me. I ain't had no dog shit on me because I'm not standing time. You know what I'm saying? I would have popped out that dog.
I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? Like, how y'all do this? Like, they like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. Like, no, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals.
Telling the truth to your face right there.
I said, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing a game. Like, why y'all playing with me? Stop playing. Like, how y'all getting this money? He like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? He was like, he giving me a list of people who all did it. I'm gonna keep it PG-13. He was basically saying either you let them peg you or you do oral, and you'll get whatever you want. Tell them what you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you.
Yep, part of selling your soul, selling out, going against your morals, something that you clearly aren't willing to do by yourself, or at least most people aren't initially willing to do by themselves without being forced to a little bit or enticed a little bit. But I'd like to point out too, Leonardo DiCaprio. If you ever notice, this man always dating extra young women and shit. He one of them. Him, Keanu Reeves, and there's a third one that is known for doing that. But just peep that.
Just for a night. Basically do some gay. That's what he was telling me. I'm like, hell no, you playing, gang. You playing. So I'm still not trying to believe this. And he like, this when they get to laughing, they like, oh, we need to take him to the booty club. Man, stop playing with me, bro. He like, bro, I can make it happen. Now, while they doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. So I'm like, all right, I see which one needs to work on me. They take off. The people who booked me, they take off.
All part of the setup right there to make sure you're, like I said earlier, isolated. No service, no way of transportation besides them, so that they can control the flow of how this goes, how the interaction goes. Clear setup.
Like I tell them, I'm like, all right, y'all can take me to y'all Korean barbecue. I'm telling them this because they were telling me, they was like, when I start calling my Uber, my flight was finna take off. They was like, man, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just get you a hotel and you can come get some food at our Korean barbecue. I'm like, at first I was like, nah. But then I ain't had no service to get downstairs. I mean, get down the hill.
Right.
So I'm telling them, take me down to the bottom of the mountain. When I'm not telling them this, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna let them take me to the Korean barbecue. Then when we get down there, I'm just call me Uber and go. So I tell them, like, take me down to the Korean barbecue. They like, okay, smooth, good, okay, boom. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me or take pictures, because he come up and he like to take pictures with celebrities to make him look like he was rich or famous. I get in the car with him in the 3-seater McLaren. This man, as we going down, see, on the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain.
Yeah.
Took you somewhere out the way that you don't even know how to get back from. Never mind the fact you don't even have cell phone service. They got you somewhere isolated.
Down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So I'm like, what the hell? So then that's what I try. I'm like, okay. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, gang. I'm like, I want to go get some McDonald's. He said, we're not going to take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. It's face change, gang. In front of me.
Ain't taking you to no
Venom?
damn McDonald's.
Like,
Yeah. Like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. It wasn't like OD, like long, like the veins OD long out his face. It was probably about this wide. Like, face change. I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like, all I can say, bro, it was like, kind of like the Sandman.
They mentioned shapeshifters. I forgot what singer it was. It was like one of the bald-headed African-looking singers. She was shapeshifting on stage. It's not the first time we've seen it. And this was recent at some concert. We've seen this with Chris Brown, who in the interview before mentioned he was an alien, just casually. Didn't even try to play it off or nothing. So this is a normal thing. We've seen it with Angelina Jolie, Nicki Minaj. I can go down the list of various shape-shifting celebrities. We've clearly seen it with politicians and some news anchors. Usually the bigger name news anchors have that.
Like how you'll see somebody morph into something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. So I'm confused now. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to get out of the car. I would have been got out of the car. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you got to push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
So he backing in. Now he backing into somebody driveway. He smack on mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button and get up out of there. I see the button. I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him. I'm like, hey, bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He looking at me like, what the hell? No. I look at him. I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck, bro.
You know how scared you got to be to ask a mailman for a ride somewhere, knowing he got a whole schedule throughout the day to make sure all this mail gets delivered from here to there. But the fact that he just so happened to show up was a sign that they gave him an out of some kind. If not, it was universal intervention or something along those lines. But at least he got some type of out in this situation.
Like, please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God. He took me down to the bottom. Like, if I were him, I wouldn't have took me down to the bottom. Some random trying to get in the back of my truck. Yeah. He took me down to the bottom, and I called an Uber, and I just left. The whole thing was just, I felt it in my spirit. As soon as I got up to the top of that mountain, it was something off.
Something wrong.
Yeah.
And that's something you pick up on vibes from people just out and about. You know when somebody isn't up to any good. Just something that fight or flight kicks in your body, and you just know, yo, I need to get away from this person. Something about their energy isn't right. In this situation, energy was all the way off, especially on that mountain. There had been something going on that mountain, or something about that mountain specifically, as to why they took him to that spot.
And I've never seen no motion like that. Like where I'm from, like 100,000, that's smooth. Like we hunt, that's hood rich. You get you 100,000, you up 100,000, get you a nice car, a little spot, you good. Like these folk having real money.
So you knew, like, based on their stats, like there was something wrong. And
it wasn't even that. It was the fact of how when I got up there, first of all, that whole mountain just felt funny. Then when it was time for me to go, it started kicking in. When I was trying to get my Uber and I seen that they had me at the top of the mountain, no service, no nothing. And they came up here. Out of everybody, they came up to the one spot. I'm like, man, hell no. Like,
you knew something was off.
Yeah.
It is interesting to note that Lil Tony switched to rapping about the Bible and things like that after this incident that he was talking about. And on top of that, shortly after this interview where he was talking about this story, he just mysteriously got some gun charges about last week or so. No coincidence about it. He turned that down, and then charges just magically come up out of nowhere. I would also like to note that Lil Tony is, or maybe was, signed to Priority Records as well. So it's not like he's just completely an independent artist, unsigned or nothing. No. He did obviously rub some elbows within the industry, and they were asking him to move on up. Like you see with YouTubers like a Desi Banks, he'll do videos with people who are in his clique, and then all of a sudden you start seeing people like Boosie, him on Gillian Wallow's podcast, Pivot, things like that. But Casanat, same thing. Went from the AMP, and then all of a sudden you see all these Hollywood motherfuckers on his shit. You'll notice a lot of these younger rappers, celebrities, and things like that have some type of story where they was recruited by somebody to join a secret society, and it's always oddly mysterious, and they position in a way where you can't really say no, or make it very difficult for you to say no. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Thank you for watching. We are